Hey friends, welcome back to the Maker's Gonna Learn YouTube channel. My name's Alicia, and today we're gonna be talking about some Cricut techniques that maybe you have not heard of. So make sure to subscribe and hit the little notification bell so you're notified every time we post, and let's get right into the video. All right, for the first hack, let's talk about warping our text in Design Space. Now, if you did not hear, Cricut did add a warp feature to their Design Space functions. It's right up here on the top middle of our screen. I'm just going to select that. We're gonna hit check it out, and you can see right here we get tons of different options. Now, whenever I select those, you can see that it makes a little wave or just duplicates whatever the shape is that you are selecting. So that's pretty cool. And then you have the option to adjust this more or less. So if you just want a little bit, you can do just a little bit and vice versa. So very cool little hack if you did not know about this already. But I will say that this is a Cricut Access feature. So if you don't have Cricut Access, we keep Cricut Access just so we can stay up to date on all of the updates. But I do have an option for those of you who are not Access members. So we're gonna open up our browser and we're gonna go to Photopea. So Photopea is very similar to Photoshop. It is free. You just type in the website and then it's gonna bring you to this page. Now we need to go to Canva. We are going to need to import a document to use for our warped text. I'm just gonna create a simple design. You can do a custom size and do like 11 by 8.5. Create a new design. We're just gonna type in our word lovely again here because that's the word that I wanted to use. You can even do multiple lines of text if you want to. If we wanted to type out lovely day, I'm going to change this to our font that we want. And then I'm just going to use my line spacing to put these closer together, okay? Just sizing it up. And we're going to hit share. We're going to hit download. I'm going to do a transparent background. And we're just gonna save this as a PNG. Hit download, and then that's gonna download onto our computer. I'm gonna go back to our Photopea, and I'm gonna drop that file right there where it says drop any files here. So once your image is in there, we're gonna go up here to edit, go down to transform, and then warp. You're gonna see this little grid pop up on here, and then up here where it says style, it says none right now, but you can see when I click on it, there are lots of different options for us. So I can go in here and change it to whatever shape that I want. Obviously, you are gonna have the ability to kind of move this around. I can even shrink the sides in if it's too wide. But you can get in here and play around with this warp text feature and really manipulate your text to fit into whatever shape image that you would like. And then once you get it how you want it, you would just go to File, Export As. Typically it would be a JPEG or an SVG depending on what you're using it for. And then you would be good to go. So you've got your own custom warp text design, and you don't even have to have Cricut Access for that. All right, so the next technique I want to talk about is changing your fonts to handwritten fonts. Now, Maker's Gonna Learn has a huge selection of sketch fonts, meaning that there will be one individual line where the text is. So it actually looks like someone took a pen and wrote it. But if there's a font that you're wanting to use and you want to draw it out, there's a simple hack that I have for you today. So what you're gonna need to do, find the font that you wanna use, select the font, and then up here under operation, we're gonna select this drop-down menu and we're gonna change the operation to pen. This is going to tell our Cricut to write that font out. So it will prompt you when you go to the Make It screen to actually use a marker and write the entire font out. So this is really cool if you're wanting to draw a big, bold, blocky font or anything like that. Now, if you wanted it to be filled in, we do have a tutorial on the channel that I'll link below for you all that teaches you how to fill in these big, blocky fonts or you can just use the Maker's Gonna Learn sketch fonts, and those work just as well too. And I'll just show you really quick what a sketch font actually looks like over here. So you can see all of them have the name of the font with sketch after it. I'm just gonna select Albuquerque, Artsy Amy. You can see if I make this bigger, see how it's more of a skinny, like individual line. This looks way more handwritten, but you don't always want it to be that thin. So that's why I wanted to show you all. You can take just a standard font, change it to the pen function, and it's gonna give you that really cool outline effect. For this Cricut technique, I want to talk about using the slice function and how to really get the best bang for your buck. So typically, if I wanted to slice this cow pattern up into the shape of a heart, I could simply put the heart on top of it. I'm going to change the color just so you can see. I could put the heart on top of it, select them both, and hit slice. But if for some reason I wanted to see which spots were going to be cut out, I don't have that ability because my heart is colored in. So what I like to do is select the heart, go up here to Operation, and change the operation to Guide. This is going to make that heart hollow, and I can see exactly what I plan to cut out. So now I have the ability to see whatever's inside that heart is going to be cut out. So then what you can do is select both layers just like you would have before, hit slice, and then get rid of all of the layers that you don't need. And then you've got your perfect little heart ready to go. All right, y'all, if your mind hasn't been blown yet, I want you to tune back in because this is one of the coolest new Cricut techniques that I have seen recently. I don't know how I've missed this because I use this a lot to make cards, but y'all, you're not ready. This is so cool. So I'm gonna just pull in a standard rectangle shape. Let's change the color just so you can get a really good visual. I'm just gonna change it to purple. I'm gonna add a score line down the middle as if I were creating a card. So I would just go to shapes, add a line. You're gonna want the line to be the height of your card, okay? I'm gonna select both the line and the purple, and we're just going to align and center them. So this is just getting it right in the center, okay? Now, I want to attach that score line exactly where it is. So my Cricut knows, hey, I need to score right there so that you can bend the card in half. So I'm gonna select attach. Now we've got plenty of card tutorials on our channel, but that's not what I want to talk to you all about today. What I want to show you is that after you've attached that score line, you can select everything, okay? Just click on it. We're going to add an offset, and I want you to watch really close what happens. So I'm gonna select offset. We're gonna do an inset, so it's gonna be a negative number up here, so it's negative 0.1 right now. Look at these blue bounding boxes. Are y'all seeing what's happening here? I'm gonna hit apply so you can really get a good look. Look at that. It has created us two separate inset boxes after we attached that score line. How stinking cool is that? So then you can use one of these for the front cover, and then you can use one of them for the inside if you want. You can change the colors. If you just want one, you can always contour half of this off. So you could select it, hit contour, and then select the one you don't want if you're just wanting to write inside the card. So lots of different options, but this just makes it so easy to get a perfectly proportional inset for all of your card making needs. All right, for this technique, I want to talk about renaming our layers panel. As you can see in my layers panel over here on the right, I've got lots of different pieces I'm working with. So something a lot of people don't know is that you can actually change the name of your layers. So right here, it just says offset, but if I wanted to change the name of it to white offset, so I know it's this white offset, I totally could. Or even down here where I've got 4 different hearts, you can actually title those hearts to whatever you want. And this is just gonna keep everything super, super organized, and you really just have to double click, type in what you want, and then you're good to go. For the remaining hacks though, let's go to the Make It screen because I want to talk about a couple different things over here. Now, lots of people think most of our hacks are in Design Space, but y'all, when you get to this Make It screen, there are so many different things that you can play around with. So Let's say that I want to cut out multiples of these hearts onto one mat. What you can do when you get to this Make It screen is go to whatever mat that you're wanting. Let's say I want to grab this purple heart and I want to move it to my red mat. So I'm just going to select the image, select the three dots, hit Move Object, and it's going to pop up all of these different colored mats. Let's say I want to move it over here to the red one. I'm going to hit Confirm, and it looks like it didn't move, but look, you can see that second heart peekabooing behind there. So I can move my purple heart over here, and I could actually technically cut two different colors of cardstock out here if I put my red cardstock up at the top left and my purple cardstock down at the bottom. I could totally cut these at the same exact time, but they're in two different colors. So I think that that is really cool. Now, if I wanted to try to cut 3 hearts on a mat, I could do that as well. As long as everything fits, I can do it as well. But did you know that you can select more than one image and move it at the same time to another mat? I did not know this for the longest time, and I'm so glad I figured it out because it makes things so much easier. So I can click, drag, and select both of these hearts, and then we're gonna hit Move Object just the same as we did before. And now I'm gonna move them to the yellow mat. And now I've got all 3 of these hearts on my yellow mat, and I can cut 3 different colors if I wanted to. You may have to do some manipulating, like rotating or shapes and things like that. But now you know that you can select multiple images on one mat and move them to another mat. Now let's say that you hid an image on your canvas that you did not want to hide. So we're gonna hide this heart. Let's hide this heart too, why not? And you're like, oh wait, I did need those hearts. What you can do is come down here to this hidden area. It says hidden, it's got the number 2 because we hid 2 items. I'm gonna select that, and then you can select which image you want to pop back onto the screen. How cool is that? All right, let's go ahead and select continue. I've got a couple more hacks for you all. Now, there are a couple different material settings over here to choose from, obviously, but there are some printable sticker paper cut settings that I want to talk about with you all. You can see here, we've got printable sticker paper white with a green liner printing. Green liner printings are for Kiss Cut stickers, meaning if you cut an entire sheet of Kiss Cut stickers with this cut setting, it will not cut through the liner, okay? The green liner will not cut all the way through the liner. So it gives you a kiss cut. It's just kissing the vinyl. But if we wanted to make all of these hearts into individual stickers, like die cut stickers is what they're called, I would go to Browse All Materials, and we're just gonna type in printable vinyl, okay? And you're gonna see a gray liner printing. Now this is gonna give us the option to have individually cut stickers, okay? So gray liner printing is the option that you would want if you want individual stickers. Green liner printing is if you want to do a sheet of stickers that are still attached to the backer. Another really cool little technique that we like to use here at Maker's Gonna Learn is creating our own custom cut settings. Did you all know that you could do that? If you didn't know, leave me a comment. Tell me which hack you have been impressed by so far, and which technique you plan to incorporate into your design. So I think you guys are gonna really like this one. This is great for materials that you can't get a good cut on, but you finally figure it out, and you can save your own custom cut settings. So if you come to the Make It screen and you go to Browse All Materials again, you can see material settings down here at the bottom left. I'm just gonna select that. Now, once you get in here, you can see all of the predetermined cut settings are in here. You can see the amount of pressure, how many passes, which blade they use. You can edit them and change them by lowering or increasing the pressure. You can change how many passes it would take. Or if you're like me and you just want to come up with your entirely own new material cut setting, you can just scroll all the way to the bottom and hit Add New Material. Now you can see here we have added in this Zakoto matte sticker paper because we use that all the time, but they didn't have a special cut setting for it. So we created our own. Let's say that we want to do the Zakoto glossy sticker paper. You can type in whatever the name is and then hit Save. And then you're gonna have the option to add as many passes as you want. You can select which blade, and then you can adjust these settings as needed. Now, if you're like, I don't need it, you can delete it. Or once you get it exactly where you want it, you can hit save, and then it's there forever. So when you hit done, you can go back to browse all materials, and then every time I type in Zakoto, it's gonna give me my glossy and my matte sticker paper settings, which makes it super easy for me because I don't have to remember all of the pressures and all of the things like that. All right, friends, did you learn something new in this Cricut technique video? If I missed anything, make sure to drop a comment below. I would love to hear what new Cricut techniques that you have been incorporating into your design space crafts and things like that. I love learning new techniques from you all, and I would love to hear what you thought about today's video. If you want to see more of these, make sure to like the video, hit the subscribe button and the little bell so you're notified every single time that we post. And if you're interested in becoming a member of Makers Gonna Learn, we've put a link below for you all. You're gonna get access to our full website. We've got tens of thousands of cut files, thousands of fonts, you name it. We're gonna be your crafty buddy right there in your pocket, on your phone, on your computer, ready to go at any time. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.